Well, hello YouTube, Sarcastic Raptor here. This is a quick little video which is just going to showcase, at the time of when this video was recorded, the top 10 0-hour mods on ModDB in the most popular section of all time. So there's going to be quite a few ones that you'd probably expect on here, and maybe a few others that you wouldn't expect to be on there, but these are all great mods and are well worth checking out. If you enjoyed the video, when you do watch this eventually, consider liking and subscribing, and I will make more videos of this ilk down the line. At number 10 we've got the Cold War Crisis mod, and I played this absolutely ages ago but never on the channel in the past, and I wanted to try and get some gameplay for this, but I actually could not get this mod to install properly. I just could not get it working, and I spent a few hours trying to get it working, which isn't typically a good point to start in a review, why is it in the top 10, but it generally, I've played this before and it changes up a lot of dynamics of the game. Like, it's almost playing a completely different game playing this mod in comparison to base 0-hour. It's still well worth a try, and I'll probably just for this little section just have like bits of gameplay I've recorded or just from their main page used for this little bit of the video. But yeah, still well worth checking out. At number 9, ladies and gentlemen, we have Generals 2 essentially. I wish we did actually got a Generals 2 in real life. That'd be absolutely beautiful, or a 0-hour remastered. But this is one of the closest things we get to it. So this changes up some of the factions. So we get, if my information is correct, it is the Asian Pacific Alliance, or the APA. You get the Global Liberation Army still on it, and you also get the European Union, as well as changing up the factions. The graphics on this mod are absolutely beautiful. You get changed up factions and brand new units, everything to play around with. There's also a similar version of this on Red Alert 3 as well, which is definitely well worth playing, and a different take on a mod in a different engine. At number 8, ladies and gentlemen, we have got the Modern Warfare mod. So I played this not too long ago on the channel, and it is graphically quite impressive, and you can play it in a lot of really wacky camera modes, which I found very cool. I did find it quite buggy and a bit mad, to be honest. Like, I like the fact you can do it with naval combat, and there's a lot of other cool units and gimmicks, and it definitely goes for a modern sort of accurate rear take on what vehicles and units you can get, because there's no like silly units that you can build. But yeah, it's worth playing. It's definitely worth checking out. It's pretty buggy, but still a lot of fun and very aesthetically pleasing on the eye, guys. Now at number 7 we have 0-hour Reborn, guys, another mod made by the beautiful, wonderful, joyous people at No Life Studios, which are responsible for many of the mods you will see made for General 0-hour. 0-hour Reborn, I've played this many times on the channel in the past. It reamps a lot of the generals, and it is a bit of a wacky mod, I would say, because there's a lot of cool units, but I would say it more goes towards just being mad as opposed to being realistic, but sometimes that's what people are after anyway. So you get loads and loads of new generals to play around with, loads and loads of new units and other bits. I think this, I'm just going to check the files because I'm actually on the ModDB page currently, but it's still been worked on because there was a recent update and it only came out August 23rd, 2020, so still a mod's getting a lot of love and it's well worth checking out. At number 6, guys, we've got Generals Enhanced, and I played this a while ago and actually had a bit of difficulty trying to get the thing installed. It's debatably, in my opinion, got the best graphics of all the mods I played and covered on this channel. It's definitely very aesthetically pleasing and looks awesome when it's there working. So essentially this is what I like to think of it as almost Generals 2, but it's not quite Generals 2 if you know what I mean, because we never got that. So some of the things you get with this is a complete gameplay, balances and realism overhaul, which essentially makes the general combat and gameplay a lot more comprehensive and fun to play. You get the complete graphics and effects rehab, which makes it look a lot prettier. There's brand new units and vehicles to play around with here, and you've got new campaigns and challenges to test your mettle against the AI players. Number 5, and we're now halfway there, guys. This is the Command & Conquer Untitled mod, which is definitely one of my favourites and was in my top 5 mods of all time. Generally, it makes the graphics look absolutely beautiful. It's a total conversion mod, so all the factions are redeveloped and redone. It runs really well, like you don't have many problems with frames dropping or anything of that ilk. There's so many cool units you can play around with and so many different ways to play this mod. I play it quite a lot on the channel, and I'll probably be definitely coming back to play this again, and I will definitely recommend checking out No Life Studios because they're the people that have made this beautiful little mod. And at number 4 we have the End of Days mod. This is a mod that is still regularly being worked on at the moment, and there is a new version of it fairly recently, I do believe. Well, I actually have not gone and played yet, but I do need to definitely check it out. So you have like USA, China and JOA in this, but this adds Russia in as a playable faction. And essentially Russia comes with a host of new building structures and units which make the faction a breath of fresh air. Definitely worth checking out. It's classed as a total conversion mod. You get new units, special powers, abilities, upgrades, and all the other factions have been completely redeveloped. And they also have new abilities and upgrades that you can play around with as well. Generally it's gone with a more realistic and fun feeling as opposed to like the wacky mods, but it's well worth checking out and I suggest you go do so. And at number 3 we have Contra, which is a fantastic mod that plays a little bit like, well, Elite Hunters I would say plays a bit like it. So you have to essentially level up by killing enemies and you unlock greater units which are much powerful, including super units. In addition to that you get 3 new generals which are USA, Cybernetic, China, Flame, JOA and Assault. The AI is also greatly improved. There's a variety of different tactics and strategies you can employ to kill your enemies on this mod, and the graphics and the sounds have been improved as well. In general it's just like another amazing mod. Like, I don't play it quite as much because I get really salty on it, but in general it's well worth playing. At number 2 we have the Shockwave mod. It's basically one of my favourite mods and it's featured on the channel many a time. A lot of people in my Discord and on the people that generally subscribe and watch my videos really like the Shockwave Chaos mod that has also originated from the Shockwave mod. Overall it's a fantastic mod, changes up, gives you so many different units and different ways to play. You get all the every sub-faction's been changed up and new sub-factions have been added to the following our rosters, so you get, I think you get like USA Armour General. But in general, yeah, AI can still be pretty challenging. I don't think it's Rise of the Reds level of difficulty, so it's definitely, for me, beatable. But it's just amazing. Like, Shockwave gives you so many new toys and bits to play around with, and it definitely is well worth playing. At number 1, and it shouldn't come to any massive surprise, we have our Rise of the Reds, which is by far the most popular mod for 0 hour made out there at the moment, probably shortly followed by Shockwave, and that, indeed the listings would show that. So this modifies the current general, so you get USA, China and you get the JOA, but you also get the ECA and Russia on this. And as I've had multiple times I played Rise of the Reds and the following sub-mods that come with it, and I get very salty playing it because the AI are pretty difficult, not gonna lie, but if you want to play something that completely changes up the entire dynamic of 0 hour and gives you a very challenging AI, as well as very cool authentic units and buildings, it's well worth checking out. And so that concludes the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe if you did. Consider checking me out on Patreon as well, as a bit of support would help towards the channel. In addition, this is not my personal opinion for this video, this is just at the point of recording the top 10 popular mods of 0 hour. If you want to see other similar videos made in conjunction with this, just leave a like and comment down below.